Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another Marksman in the UK review. And today I'm going to be reviewing Brawn from the Titans Return toy line. As you can see, he is a Jeep of some sort. There we are. He's a very cool figure. I really like him. I wasn't going to go in on him because obviously you have the the little toy Brawn already. So I thought, like, what was the point? I already have a Brawn. I already have the head of a Brawn. But picked this guy up from Sutton in the UK. Picked him up in their kind of toy master, their barn house sort of thing. And I thought, okay, we'll get him, we'll buy him. You know, he's a cool little mini bot. And he, you know, I love as I said before in the Robo review, I love what they're doing with these little bots. I mean, okay, they're I say a bit more pricey than the original Legends, but they're a good size and a good bit of detail. You know, they do a lot with them, so I think they're kind of cool. So yes, I went in on that. You know, there's Autobot symbol there on the top of his car. Let's have a quick look at the packaging. So I will put him there. So the packaging is your standard Titans Return packaging. You know, there. Put the thing up. Put the camera up. There's Brawn. Give me the dip. Look, you over there. I've got something, carrying something in his hand. Why not? Why not? And there he is on the back there. I mean, I annoys me what they're doing with these packagings, because that's not him. That's a CGI rendering of him, which is annoying because I like to have product shots on my products. It makes more sense. Okay, mainly the packaging goes in the bin, as this one will. But, you know, I like to have product shots, particularly if, you know, you're not sure if you're transforming the toy mode properly. It's nice to be sure. So there's Brawn. As I say, that's him in his vehicular mode. And again, like I say, he is a little Jeep. And you can open the top up. There we are. He has space, so we can put him inside himself. If you want. Oh goodness. Sorry. Stick there. So there we are. Hang on. I can just tab him in. Oh, fingers and thumbs today. Accident prone. Marksman. There we are. So there we go. So he just tabs in there. Supposed to tab in there. I don't know what's going on there. Why he's not quite. You have to lean him forwards a bit. There we go. So you have to lean him forwards a bit. You can't have him leaning back, otherwise he won't fit. So, you know, make sure you have him sitting like that, and then you can close it up. There we are. And this is better than Roadburn because it has just a standard swing up and down, you know, which I really wanted Roadburn to have, but it didn't. It had that kind of the whole freaking back assemblage comes up, which was a pain in the backside. But as I say, you know, they seem to have done much better with Brawn, and he is really sturdy. They're really, you know, he won't fall apart on you. He's, you know, he's a nice chunk. I mean, there is quite a, you know, there's a gap there I could have done without. You can untab his kind of bit there and slot it on there if you want to. I mean, that covers that bit up, but then you've got that on the top, so it looks like he's got a crash helmet on or an umbrella. So, you know, I'd rather do it the way it's supposed to, because I think that closes that back bit off really nicely. I like that. Okay, let's get him in for a comparison. So we'll put him up against Wheelie. So there we have Wheelie, and you know, for mini bots, they are quite a nice size. I mean, obviously the canopy there on Wheelie is massive compared to the size of this. I mean, Wheelie is obviously meant to be this sort of size compared to the more deluxe and the larger Transformers. So that fits in well, whereas obviously Brawn's vehicle mode is supposed to be much larger. It's supposed to be much more bulkier. You know, which was always my problem with Brawn. You know, you came across, they always wanted to make this big, you know, chunk of a robot. But his toy was tiny. It's a little tiny toy, which never made sense to me at all. And that was a shame. But again, you know, I still bought the toy. In fact, you know, I bought it twice. I bought 2 of him. I have 2 Brawns. You know, I put these Titan Masters on anybody. I'll compare the 2 faces later on. Right, let's get Wheelie out of the way as well, and I'll show you how he transforms. Now again, they've done very well with the transformation on him. He's, you know, let's get it off. Can't say enough about it. Let me pull us out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so turn him around, and there we are. I mean, okay, fair enough, he's got that kind of, the entire bot under the car going there. I mean, that's a kind of GoBot. You know, if anyone remembers it, you know, some of the old GoBot toys, that's the way they used to do it. Basically, you know, fold them up. There he was. You know, even in the cartoon series, even in the cartoon, they had this kind of thing. You know, like Crasher and Copter, or even Turbo. That's where their faces were just there underneath the bonnet. But anyway, I digress. So what you want to do is you want to unpeg the legs from this bit here, from the back bit. There we are. Just fold them down, nice and easy. Fold them down. Pull out his heel spur. It has got a little notch there that you can, you know, twang out, so you can get him to, you know, stand on those. And the arms, again, they just untab, and then they pull off as well because they're on ball joints. And if you watch my previous reviews, I have a tendency to pull this apart. Don't know my own strength. Herculean. Okay. Let's. Okay, so nice and easy. Just tap those down. Pull the arms out. Twist them around, and there we are. There is Brawn in his robot mode, and we'll add his gun. There we are. And wait for it. We'll zoom it in, and there we are. Doesn't he look cool, ladies and gentlemen? Doesn't he look amazing? I mean, for a little bot, for what you get, he's really cool. A fine, you know, successor to the Generation 1 toy, a great representation of what he is in the comics now, and what they're doing with him. I really, really like him. And as for the facial comparison, so let's get up on his face sculpt. Come and zoom in there. Don't want to zoom in. There we are. So that's his face sculpt, and if I can get the other one in, both going to go blurry. Everything's so blurry. So there you can see the differences. Obviously, this is a more, I don't know, what's even more real. You know, there's a lot more detail on this face sculpt than there is on his face sculpt. And you know, his eyes are a deeper blue, his are light blue. You obviously can't change the 2 out, so you're stuck with this head on his shoulders. But I like that. I think he's got a more futuristic look to the face, I think, whereas that Brawn had a more, I don't know, not here we go, had a more rough and ready, shall we say, look to him. Now for a brief comparison. Let's pull this out a bit, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see anything. There we are. So we'll put him off to the side, and here he is with his roadmate, Roadburn, or Chase, if you prefer. Now he is obviously a skosh bigger than Brawn, as every bot seems to be, which is strange because obviously this one was the redeco of Bumblebee, which actually makes their bot taller, their Brawn smaller than Bumblebee, which I don't agree with, just me, personal preference. But there they are side by side. And as I already picked him up from Forbidden Planet, if you ever get to Kingston, if you're ever in the Kingston area, they have both of these for $10.99 a piece at the Bendel Centre department store. So if you're looking to get yourself a Brawn or a Roadburn, I highly suggest heading down there. Let's get him out of the way. Woohoo. And that's it. Not much more to say about Brawn. He's not in centre. There we go. He's a Brawn. He does what Brawn does. Let's get him with his little headmaster in there. He's a fine little minicon, a great addition to your collection. As I say, if you head into Kingston now, check the date of the video down there. It will tell you exactly when this was done and where you can get them. So cool, that is done. This is your Marksman signing off. Please like and subscribe the video.